What's up guys, it's Brooke and we're here this week again with another video. As you can see, I am alone. I'm with Mickey Mouse. I'm gonna be doing a solo video this week, just me, myself, and I, so have fun listening to me talk this whole time. I decided to change it up. My creative juices were kind of flowing when I picked up this camera and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna film this camera vlog style. So yeah, I'm in our room and our room is a mess. By room, I mean walk-in closet. So it's a mess. So as you can see, I'm just gonna keep it to this wall with a nice picture of Mickey Mouse in the background and yeah, do this whole video vlog style. So hopefully you guys still like it. I kind of just wanted to do a video talking about some of my regrets in my life when it comes to love, romance, and relationships. Lesbian, gay, straight, black, white, whatever. I just decided, yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about some things and hopefully you guys take something away from it. Look, you know, when it comes to relationships are complicated. People are complicated and you're supposed to make mistakes in your life and in relationships so that you can do better next time. But some mistakes stick with you your entire life. Some you're able to move past and kind of build upon, and some kind of just stick to you like glue. You know, one of my regrets growing up is I wish I was better about differentiating between a crush and something more. I don't know if you guys are similar, but when I was young, I had bright eyes for everyone. I had crushes. I crushed very easily. It was easy to get me to crush on you. But every time I had a crush on someone, I took that as like, oh, there must be something more. And it's like, it's just a crush, and crushes come and go, and just because you have a crush on someone doesn't mean you guys are gonna have a great relationship. Even if you guys get along well as friends, it doesn't mean you're gonna have a great relationship. You know, when it comes to love and relationships, you gotta think long term. You can't just think, oh, who feels good right now? You gotta think down the line. It's like, who am I gonna feel good sitting next to 50 years from now? We're both old, our boobs are sagging, the love has faded a little bit. You know, I think that was the beautiful thing about Chelsea, is how I felt about her and my love for her. I knew it can transcend through different phases of my life. I knew I could love her when I was a teenager. I knew I can love her when I was a young adult, an old person. Like, I knew that about her, and I hadn't felt that way about any girl. And that's when I had to kind of sit back and go, wait a second, what does it really mean to like someone? Just because, like I said, crushes were easy, but it wasn't until Chelsea came along where I'm like, okay, those are crushes and this is like love. I also wish I knew this, just because, you know, Chelsea is special to me, like I said to you guys, and as you guys obviously know, but you know, back then she didn't know. I had crushes on so many girls. She didn't know if how I felt about her was something real or if she was just girl number 13. And at the time I was like, obviously you mean the world to me, but how could she know? I'm talking about girls, like no big deal. But that's when I realized later in life that those are just crushes and this is the real deal, and this is what I want to take throughout the rest of my life. As a lot of you guys know, obviously Chelsea and I have dealt with infidelity. I have cheated on Chelsea and Chelsea has cheated on me. I'm sure the question is, do you regret what you did? I definitely obviously regret cheating in a lot of capacities. Would I take the back that it happened? Absolutely not. Just because I wouldn't be the person I am, and Chelsea and I wouldn't have the relationship that we do have because of what we went through. I think had we not gone through that, I don't know that we would be together forever, just because we really needed to experience that. And though it hurt in the moment, it was better for the long term. Sometimes mistakes lead you to the right place that you need to be, and that was a mistake that got me to the right place at the end. So I wouldn't necessarily take it back, but I do regret cheating, especially in as many as relationships that I have cheated in. I would say out of that whole experience, my biggest regret is just that I hurt her. I hate the idea that I hurt her, and I had no idea how drastically that would affect her and our relationship, and that's the part that sucks the most. I have to live with the thought that I brutally hurt her every single day, and that's punishment enough in my opinion. I hate that, I really do. So to that capacity, of course I wish I could take it back. Kind of looped into the cheating of it all. At some point in Chelsea and I's relationship, I regret how much I took the relationship for granted at some point. Obviously my cheating on her was because I did take the relationship for granted and thinking that I could get her back if I wanted to. I wanted to have my cake and eat it too, and that she'd always be there for me. And I think that's a common misconception people have about love and relationships, of like, you love me, so like you're gonna forgive me. Obviously we're gonna move past this because you love me, so I can do whatever I want because they love me. That's not how love works. That's not the definition of love. Love doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want and your partner's gonna be there for you no matter what. That's not love. And that's a mistake a lot of people make in relationships. It's one I definitely made, and us being apart for 2 years and her leaving me had to happen. I needed a wake-up call, so I'm glad it happened. Another thing I regret is I regret always being in some sort of a romantic something. I always had flings. I was always talking to someone. I had a very hard time being alone and just not talking to someone. I always had to be filling myself with something. As you know, Chelsea and I broke up on and off a lot, and during those off times, it was really hard to not be with someone just because she was always with someone and I had to get over her, so I had to use other people to kind of fill that void. I mean, she was a girl, man. You should have seen Chelsea in her youth, man, let me tell you. So it was hard to see her frolicking with other people and not me, so I had to fill the void somehow. I will say, though, to the tail end of that, I'm kind of thankful for as many girls as I talked to. I've experienced so many different girls. That's why I was 100% sure Chelsea was the one. And like, even though we got married young, that was okay because we've experienced everything we need to experience. I didn't get married with all these other things I still wanted to try or whatever. It's like, I feel like I experienced so much that I just knew very young what was right, and that Chelsea checked all those boxes, and I wasn't gonna get that from any other kind of girl because I've been with different types of girls. In dating these girls, I knew exactly what I liked. I knew exactly what I didn't like. Once you experience enough of what you don't like, you know exactly what you do want at that point. You know, that's why it was okay for us to get married young, because I don't feel like I'm missing out on the ambiguous something, you know? All right, so to sum it all up, here is my advice to you to streamline this whole conversation. Don't cheat, but if you have to cheat, think really, really hard about what that means and what you'd be giving up and who you'd be affecting, and that it really will stick with you for the rest of your life. I'm not even kidding. Don't have rebounds just to date someone. Don't just date someone because you want to pass the time or you don't want to be alone. I know it's hard, trust me. I'm being a hypocrite and giving you this advice considering I never followed that my entire life, but it takes a strong person to be alone and find that strength within, because if you're always around someone and looking for that validation, you can't find that validation within yourself, and you can't function not being in a relationship. You look for validation to tell yourself that you're okay in other people, and that's not okay. The last advice is to make sure you get everything out of your system before you settle down. If you really, really like someone and you think they are the one, obviously be with them. But if you know in your heart of hearts that there's 1,000 other things that you need to experience before you do settle down, you gotta follow your heart, just because if it's gotta come out, right? It's like throw up. You can't just keep it in your belly. It's gonna come out. You might as well get it out of your system first before, you know, buckling down. That's my opinion. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this weird vlog style video. I don't know why I did it. It was just fun to do. Please be sure to give this video a big fat thumbs up. Please be sure to comment below video ideas you want to see in the future or topics you want to see us discuss. Please be sure to follow myself and Chelsea on Instagram. I am OMG Brookberry. Chelsea is OMG Chelsea Berry. And we'll see you guys next week. All right, bye.